American breakfast casserole. We're adding in 12 eggs. Thankfully, they're only $1.23 now, so they don't cost that much. Next, we got a cup of whole milk we're gonna pour into there. Moving right along. And then we're gonna do 1 cup of Colby Jack cheese, which is about half this bag. So you just pinch it right there in the middle. If you get a little more than a cup, that's okay. I don't mind extra cheese. Dump that in there. Yep, that's about a cup. And then we're gonna do 16 ounces of shredded hash browns, which is a little more than half this bag. This is a 26-ounce bag. So once again, we're gonna do the pinch method and get it to fall out. Yeah, about, there we go. So that's about 16 ounces right there. So at this stage of the game, we want to just give it a nice little stir, kind of fold it over, get the eggs mixed in. Once it's just stirred for a second, we're going to add a little salt and pepper because we got to have our seasonings. Can't really see them, but
there's a lot coming out.
And we got a little bit of pepper. Just going to put a dash up in there. A little bit more. This is a lot of material, so it looks like a lot, but once we mix it in, it'll be good. All right, so let's mix the salt and pepper into it. Get the seasonings mixed in there. All right, now that we got that mixed in, I cooked about 8 ounces of bacon and crumbled it up. This is my favorite part. And then I sauteed some onions and green peppers in the bacon grease.
Bet that's good.
Oh yeah, you can see it. That bacon.
See the grease.
Gets that a little bit out. There we go. And then mix all that together. All right, now that that's good and mixed in there, we've got a 13x9 baking dish that we already greased. We're just gonna dump that in there. Easy as pie. Wash little pieces so you don't fuss at me for wasting. All right, now that's pretty good and settled. So we got the oven preheated at 350. We're gonna put it in there for 35 to 40 minutes. 35 to 40 minutes, y'all. All right, let's take a look. Woo, that heat just hit me in the face. All right, this looks perfect, y'all. Wow.
That looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, y'all. If y'all have a big family or you got relatives coming over during the holidays, this is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit so I don't get a second-degree burn on my mouth, and I'll come back and try it for you.
All right, let's try this thing.
All right, let's give it a try.
This looks like a great breakfast for the kids.
Does. Yeah.
My boys would love this.
They would.
In like 10 years.
Yeah. Or a few. Oh yeah, that looks looking good. Get a good look at that.
That looks nice.
Right,
put that thing in your mouth.
I'm about to.
Delicious.
It really is. This one's a must try, people. 10 out of 10. Pour 1/3 milk over the chorizo. Give it a good dump into the mixing bowl. Once you have that, you're gonna dump a whole dozen eggs in there with it. And 2 tablespoons of McCormick's Original Taco. As well as some salt and pepper. About 10 cranks worth. Once you have that, let's get it all whisked together. All right, once you've given that a nice whisk, we're gonna add in a cup of salsa. I did some chunky salsa because I like my salsa chunky. And then we're gonna do about 20 ounces of shredded potatoes in there. You're gonna wanna try to have them thawed before you do this part. Get that nice and mixed in. And finally, we're gonna add in about a cup's worth of Mexican shredded cheese. Save the other half for later. Get that gently mixed in with the rest of the ingredients. All right, we got that pretty good and stirred up. So what we're gonna do, we have a greased 13 by 9 baking dish that we're gonna dump this into. Just rolls right out of there. Don't waste anything. All righty. Get that evenly spread out on there. All right, so we got the oven preheated to 350. We're gonna put it in there for 35 to 45 minutes, and we have one final step before it's done. After 35-ish minutes, we'll come right back. Let's check on this breakfast chorizo casserole. Ooh, it's looking pretty good. We gotta do one thing before it's done. So we had that cheese that was left over from before. We're gonna just top it all over the top. Okay, we got that nice and spread on the top. Put these on so I don't get second-degree burns. And we're gonna put it back in there for just about 5 minutes or so. And it should be ready to start chomping on. All right, let's check out our spicy chorizo breakfast casserole. Oh man, she's a hefty one. Ooh, that looks perfect. Look at that thing bubbling. You smell them spices, Rain?
Mm-hmm.
Give them a good look at that. Just give them a good look. All right, so we're gonna let it cool down for a minute and we're gonna give it a try. All right, let's give this baby a try. That went in there so nice. Let's get a look at this. Ooh, look at that. Oh man, this looks like a perfect little breakfast casserole. Smell all the spices too. That is a winner. I can't even talk. That is some cheesy, spicy goodness, but not too spicy. It's more like a flavor spice. Highly recommend y'all. We'll start with the chips. We're gonna line them on the bottom here of this greased baking dish. I greased it with a stick of butter. Not a whole stick, but I just used the stick, for however much I needed. So you want to do about a layer that's just going to cover the bottom. You don't have to use the whole bag. Just kind of cover the bottom, do a little bit more. And then just slightly press it down to crush it. You don't have to like really overdo it, but just slightly crush the bottom. And that's going to be your base. There we go. All right, once you have that tortilla chip base on there, you're going to take, so I had, this is a pound of country sausage that I sauteed and cooked with onions and bell peppers. So I already did that before we started the video, but that's what you're gonna wanna do. That's this part. You're gonna wanna pour the country sausage and peppers and onions over the chips. Just try to get it a little, like evenly over the chips. And there you go. Make sure when you're doing this, if you do it right out of the skillet, use a slotted spoon so you don't get it all super watery. I had already done it beforehand, so. All right, now that we have that, we've got 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. We're gonna take about 3/4 of this bag and put it over the top of this. You wanna leave about 1/4 of the bag of this 8 ounce of shredded cheddar cheese. That's about it right there. Okay, now just gently mix it in. You don't have to like do a really, get too intense with it, but just gently mix the cheese and the sausage and the chips together to give it a nice mixture there. This is gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, this chip fell out. All right, oof, this is smelling good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that we have that gently mixed together, we're gonna come back here to this bowl. We're gonna take 10 eggs, 10 large eggs that I already cracked. Make sure I didn't get any shells in there. And then take half a cup of whole milk, that in there. And then we're gonna do about, kind of eyeball it, about a teaspoon or so worth of black pepper. Just get that in there. All right. And then we're just gonna whisk that together.
A lot of eggs.
A lot of eggs. All right, so we got that nice and whisked together. So we're gonna take that mixture that we just made, and we're gonna put it over the top of this. And it's okay if it's not like completely submerged in it, that's okay. It's all gonna bake really, really good together. Yeah. All right, so now that we got that mixture on top, we're gonna take the remainder of that cheddar cheese that we had, the last quarter of it, and we're gonna put it over the top. This is a really good breakfast casserole the family's gonna love. It's really easy to make. All right, so we have the oven preheated to 350. We're gonna stick it in there for 40 minutes, and it should be ready in about 40 minutes. Come and check it out. All right, let's give it a look. Ooh, ooh. Oh, that looks perfect. Man, that looks good. It smells so good. Make sure and close the oven. Safety first. Oh yeah, get in here and get a look at that. Oh man, gosh, that smells good too. Okay, y'all, I'm just gonna dig in. I know it's kind of hot right now, but I'm gonna dig in. Let's just. Oh, look how it, because of the way the eggs baked in there, it comes out really clean.
Yeah.
It's not messy at all. Oh man. This would be great with like some Cholula or hot sauce too. I'm just gonna eat it as is though. Yum. I don't want to burn my mouth. It's so good and hot. Let it cool down, people. But this, woo! It tastes so good. Here, follow me. I'm gonna try another bite.
Hot though, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, you're gonna want to let it cool down for like 5 minutes before you try it.
Yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm a daredevil. That is so good. 10 out of 10, y'all. You gotta try it.